currently trying to decorate, so everything that was in the living room is currently in the other room away from the router right now, so it might simply be that the PS4 is not taking kindly to that. So once again, I do apologise for it cutting out. I say hopefully tomorrow this will go a lot better. But anyway, I've got the guide back up and running now. I'm going to keep it going for a little bit longer. So about another half an hour or so, then I am going to have to call it a night because I do have work tomorrow. But still, we will progress anyway and try and get as far as we can. So, with that in mind, and with the Cloister trials, it's basically you have to put spheres in different places, and there's like lots of different types of spheres, and I'll go through that as we go through. So first of all, there's this like glyph sphere on the wall that we can touch. You'll find these throughout the different cloisters of trials. So here's our very first sphere that we get, and that's the glyph sphere, I think. Oh no, sorry, I take it back, it's the Besaid sphere. So we'll pick that one up. Oh no, it's the glyph sphere, I do apologise. Like the game just said, you can only carry one sphere at a time. So we'll just use that glyph sphere to open the door. Now, once you've opened the door, I suggest you pick up that glyph sphere because you're going to need it. So we'll follow it round, and we'll shove the glyph sphere in here. That should open a secret door. Now, this sphere here is the destruction sphere. And in each of the 6 temples there will be one of these destruction spheres, and you'll need the destruction spheres to blow open secret entrances within the Cloister of Trials. Now, in these entrances are 6 different items. You will need to collect all 6 items in order to get the Aeon Anima later on. I should also point out that with the Bevel Temple later on, you only get 1 shot at getting the destruction sphere there. If you cock it up, that's it, you will not get your hands on Anima. But I'll point that out again later on, as in when we get to it. Shove our Besaid sphere on this one. Now you're probably thinking, hang on a minute, it's controlling itself. What about my destruction sphere? Don't worry, you'll get the option to go back for it in a second. Okay, so now with that said and done, we'll pick up our destruction sphere. And we'll shove it where we found the Besaid sphere. As you can see, it's following like a line going around the corner, and like I said, it opens up like a secret area, entrance, whatever you want to call it. And this leads us to our first item, which should be a Staff of Wisdom, which will be very useful for our summoner later on. once you've done that and got your destruction sphere item, shove the pedestal into its position, and then Waka should appear.
Summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian? Whoa! Ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now.
Now, if you find that you've placed a sphere in the wrong place or messed it up for whatever reason, there's usually a panel on the floor that sort of like sparkles.
Might as well go all the way.
If you stand on that, it should reset the room near enough and put everything back to where it started. So anyway, we're now in the inner chamber of the temple. And what's this? We've come across two more characters.
It's just...
Now these two are guardians, and they are also two members of our squad. Lulu, the black mage, and then Kamari, which is a
Is the summoner all right?
He doesn't exactly have any particular slight job.
Who are you?
And on the sphere grid you can actually choose which way you want to send him. Now, some people might say that he's a crap character and not really worth training, but I say wrong. Yes, he's useless for most of the fights, however you do need to train him up a bit because you will have a boss fight where it is just him later on, so I do advise that you train him up a bit. And what's this? We've now been introduced to yet another character. And this character is Yuna, our summoner, whom we'll be protecting throughout the game while she goes through the different temples.
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
And she's just passed her initiation and is now a summoner. And with that all said and done, we exit the temple automatically.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
So after that, make your way out of the temple and into the next cutscene, where you'll get your first glimpse at the very first Aeon Veil for.
Hey, over here!
Here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
What? Ow!
Wait till you see this.
I can't see anything.
Ready?
Okay.
Must apologise for my heavy breathing down the mic there. I am struggling to breathe properly through my nose right now due to hay fever. It's a tad annoying. So anyway, there we have it, our first Aeon, veil
I had never seen
for?
anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
Veil for?
I remember, that night, we talked for the first time. I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Let me introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team.
So now we're
His
being
memory's a
officially
little fuzzy,
introduced to the
so
team.
don't mind him if he says
As
anything
I said
odd.
earlier,
Come on, say hi.
you get to control the team later on. And in case you've only just joined
Hi, guys.
my live stream, their names are
So
Keeper,
what's our goal?
Gato,
To do our
Jeffrey,
best!
Botter,
No,
Letty.
we got a new goal now. Our new goal is
think that's
victory. To win every match, defeat every opposing team, to bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Victory! 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 Yeah!
What a merry bunch. So once you're able to control your character again, you want to veer off to the left of it and have a nice little chat with Yuna.
summoner! You're
Obviously, these other NPC characters here will sort of
But
have a
it
little
was
moan at
really
you.
my fault.
Probably
to
because
begin
you
with.
did defile the temple earlier by going into the Cloister of Trials when you
I'm
weren't
Yuna.
supposed to.
Thank you so much for your help
But hey,
earlier.
what can you do?
Huh?
You know.
I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kind of overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah? Don't get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy.
So again, with that
Hey, but what if she,
little
like, comes on to me?
optional answer, it doesn't really matter
That's
which
not
one you
going to
go
happen.
for.
If you get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
Though you can sort of determine the relationship between you and the other characters by who you talk to first, and sometimes by what options you go for. So like later on when Riku joins your party, for instance, if you talk to her first, it'll be her that interacts with you more than the others, so to speak. I'll show you what I mean when we get a bit further in. So anyway, once you're done talking to everybody else here, go back to Waka. And he'll ask you if you're ready for bed.
Good.
And you want to click
Sleep
on
tight.
yeah. And that will progress the story.
Where's that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Hey! You said you'd go with me!
So in case you can't tell, Tyler's
Oh, hey,
currently dreaming.
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
He did?
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
Hey, stop dreaming! You with a woman? You can't... Oh, what's the matter?
Should also point out
Gonna
it's really
cry
Tyler
again,
does not get on with his father
That's
very
the
well.
only thing you're good...
Although I should think that's pretty much
What'd you
obvious
say?
by now.
You have to speak loudly.
I hate you!
Huh?
That's the spirit.
You can do it.
I hate you!
He's dead, okay? Dead.
He does look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like, he isn't Chapu. You shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but...
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
And this is why we don't pick fights with women, because we always lose.
Scary. So, who's Chapu?
My little brother, Chapu. He looked like you.
He's dead?
He didn't make it. I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
I became a guardian to fight sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full-time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
Okay, so we're in the Crusaders Lodge now. Like I said earlier on in my guide, if you haven't already picked it up, in here somewhere, I believe it's roughly around here on the floor, is your second Albed primer. Obviously it's not here for me because I've already got it. You have got the option again to save the game here, but I'm not going to bother with that. So once you've finished saving your game if you need to, and picking up your Albed primer if you haven't already,
Hey,
come out of
sleepyhead.
the tent.
Something I want to
to
give you.
Waka and Lulu.
Whoa! You're giving this to me?
Yeah, use it well.
Now, it will force you to leave the village in a moment, but don't worry, because
That's the sword you gave Chapu.
Well,
we
you
can
never used it.
come back into the village after the cutscene. And
Where's
I
Yuna?
strongly advise that you do,
We're
because
taking
there's
the same boat
another
as Yuna, right?
item
Why
that
do
we
we gotta
can
wait
collect
here?
that
Yuna came
relates
to this village
to
10 years ago,
Veilform.
when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together. You really don't need all that luggage.
They're not really
This isn't a vacation, Yuna.
I guess.
Okay, off we go.
Okay, so before we toddle off to the next bit, we want to turn around and go back to the village. And when you get back into the village, go into this first tent on your left. And you'll need to speak to this girl here. Feel free to buy some items if you want. I'm going to pick up a few Phoenix Downs because I've been caught out a few times. Now as you go to walk back out, she'll say that she's had something funny happen. And she'll speak of a dog that dug something up. Once you finish that conversation with her, come back out of the tent. And then you want to go to the tent right down the bottom here on the right hand side. And talk to the dog. It'll come up with he's got something in his mouth. And it will say obtain something small, well, slobbery and mangled. This will give Veilfor its second overdrive called Energy Blast, and it can be very useful later on. So with that all said and done, if you want to purchase any items, which I suggest that you top up on potions, things like that, because there are a couple of boss fights coming up, feel free to do so. After that, start making your way out of the village and back up the path.
Here comes one now. Hey, why don't you try out that sword I gave you?
So this is our first test battle, and our enemy is a Dialdo. Easily enough taken out.
No problem.
Not too shabby. You kept up with him pretty well. Might make a good guardian someday. A flyer! My kind of...
So our second fight was a flyer. Again, easily enough taken out. And our next battle is against a water flan.
Watch this!
And these are really weak against lightning, in case you didn't know. Now there are 5 different types of flan in the game. They are the 4 base elements: water, fire, lightning, and
if you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
And the final one is dark.
Let's have our black... Lou, you're up.
Clueless,
And I'll tell you how to deal with each of them as we come along.
Spells of ice and ice fiends are... You follow?
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
Lightning and water are opposed, just like fire and ice. This one here is a water fiend.
So with this being a water element, we want to use Thunder Spell, and that should annihilate it with one hit. Now those 3 fiends that we've taken out are generally what you get on this island. However, the next monster fight that we get is a one-off, and it's called a Garorda. But you only fight it on this island once. After that, you don't fight it again until Luca, and then after that in their actual area, which is the Mushroom Rock area.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Alright. You ready?
What's going on?
Right, so again, you've got your next save point here. You can choose to pray at the shrine now with Waka, or you can simply just exit down the path here. What's this? Seems Kamari has come to greet us. And it looks like he wants to fight us, but that's not a problem, you can do that. So I've already got my overdrive gorge full, so we'll use that. In order to get the maximum amount of damage out of it, simply hit the button when the cursor's in the middle, as you've just seen me do. So that move that we've just seen from Kamari, that's his very first overdrive. Now, Kamari's overdrive you get by lancetting certain enemies. As we go through the game, I'll show you which ones you need to lancet to get certain abilities.
That's enough.
So that move that we've just seen from Kamari, that's his very first overdrive. So Waka breaks the fight up.
Himari Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the Fiend's way.
That's not what I meant.
He's another Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kamari doesn't talk much anyway. But he has protected me since I was a child.
So the characters we've got with us now are the main characters for the game now, and they'll stay with us now throughout the entire game. And we'll level them up as we go through our journey.
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kamari doesn't talk much anyway. He has protected me.
Right, so like I said earlier, this is a one-off battle. We don't generally get these on Besaid.
That's your department, right?
And this thing is called a Garauda. They are generally over Mushroom Rock Road area. So, for this first part of the fight, we get to switch members and bring in our summoner for the first time.
Your first real battle.
Show us what your training is taught.
Okay.
We have to follow the what it wants us to do, which is to summon. And so we get to use our summoning veil for the first time. Now with the Aeons, you can teach them lots of different abilities by getting different items and things. So at the moment we've only got what abilities it starts off with. Also later on when you get the necessary item, you'll also be able to level up your Aeon's attributes using Power Sphere, Mana Sphere and so on and so forth. So with that all said and done, let's start attacking. Oh, I should also point out that the Aeons have a built-in sensor. The only time it doesn't work is if you're up against something that is immune to that sensor. So in this case our enemy has got 1400 HP. So if you use, in this case, Sonic Wings, it will delay your enemy's next attack. Although it doesn't do a great deal of damage, I must admit. Okay, so that's the first of the Marauders taken down.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this. Say goodnight, Fur.
So with this second fight, we now have the option to blind it using Dark Attack. This generally blinds the opponent for 3 turns if it connects successfully. Now this monster doesn't exactly have any elemental weakness, so it doesn't really matter what magic you use against it. Now, I wouldn't worry too much about levelling up at this point in time. Your best bet would be to first start your training in Kilika. Second Marauder taken down. So that's it for the boss fights on this island. Now you might notice the chest down there, just to the side of the bridge. Now when you get the airship later, you'll be able to get to that item, and I'll show you how to do that as and when we get to it. Pretty simple. We got ourselves another random fight. Oops. Just to the side of the bridge. Now, when you get the airship later, you'll be able to get to that item, and I'll show you how to do that. So again, you have another opportunity to save your game. If you didn't collect the treasure chests on the beach earlier, feel free to grab them now. Otherwise, make your way onto the dock. Oh, I think if you talk to some of the guys here, they do give you items. I think. Oh, yeah, there we go. So that's item number 1. Item number 2, and item number 3, and yeah. So these 3 here, so it's this one, and that one, and does that one give us an item as well? No. Okay, yeah. So after that, head on to the ship. Now would be a very good time to point out that there is another boss fight coming up, and it's our first proper fight against Sin.
Goodbye.
Tyler's being a bit of a pervert. Okay, so once you've got control of your character again, you come to the back end of the ship, come down these stairs,
Ooh, that was fascinating.
and you will find this guy. His name is Awaka, the 23rd Merchant Extraordinaire. Now, he'll come to your aid a fair bit throughout the game, selling you items and things.
Don't look like you got much money either.
Depending on how much skill you give him at the moment,
Who do you
will
think you
determine
are?
what his prices are.
the 23rd.
Time
Merchant
being, if
extraordinaire.
memory serves me.
Awaka the who?
Don't know me?
Well, unfortunately, I
not
don't
yet.
really have that much skill right now, so I'm probably not going to bother giving him anything. Also, while you're here, if you come into the power room, it's just to the, well, depending on the direction you're stood. If you're facing the stairs, it'll be to the left.
What the heck is what?
In here, you'll find your third
is this
Albed
place?
primer.
The power room, like
It'll
it
be
says
on
on
the
the
floor
door.
in here.
Yeah,
Again,
but
it
why
won't
the big
appear for
birds?
me because I've already got it, because I used
What's so
the
strange about chocobo
Albed
power?
thing earlier to
Chocobos.
compile it.
What? What kind of backwater island did you come from?
Miracles and oddities were starting to become daily routine on this trip.
Oh, no, I take it back. I don't have the Albed primer. Also, if you come into this through this door on the left-hand side here, you've got your chest here with a remedy in it. And also, another little trick, if you boot this suitcase, it should keep dropping potions until you've got a certain amount. Okay, so I've maxed out my potions now. So with that said and done, we'll now head back up topside. Again, there's also a save crystal down there, so if you aren't feeling too confident, feel free to save the game quickly before going on, because there is a boss fight coming up.
Word is, that summoner's got noble blood. I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter. You don't say.
Lord Braska's daughter. So, is Eunice...
She's the daughter of High Summoner. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Waka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Huh?
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
The wind. It's nice.
Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
You're a blitzball player, aren't you? From Xanarkin, right?
You hear that from Waka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Waka. Waka doesn't believe me at all.
But I believe you.
Huh?
I've heard in Xanarkin there is a great stadium, all lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me. He was my father's guardian.
Jack. My father. His name is Jack.
Amazing! You know, our meeting like
so
this
at
must
this
be
point
the
we
blessing
learn
of
about the
Yevon.
fact that Jet ended up here 10 years ago.
Sounds like him, but it can't be him.
Why not?
My old man, he died. 10 years ago, off the coast of Xanarkin.
I'm sorry.
He went out to sea for training one day and never came back. And no one's seen him since then.
Why, that's the day that Jack came to Spira.
But...
It's true, I first met Jack 10 years and 3 months ago. I remember that was the day my father left. The date fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how would he get here?
You're here? Are you not?
Of course, you'll find out the answer to that question later. What's this? Something's round the side of the boat.
What do you think you're doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Zin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it. Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner.
How noble.
Oh boy.
Defending their families. So with this boss fight you have the 3 enemies on the actual deck of the boat, and then you have Sin's Fin in the background. Now you can attack the 3 enemies on the boat, but they will just be replaced by 3 more. So instead we're going to switch Tidus out and bring our mage into battle, and we'll also pull Kamari out, and we'll shove Wokka in as well. Now immediately after you beat this boss, you will go into a secondary boss fight underwater, but I'll show you tell you a bit more about that in a bit when we get to it. So we're going to summon up our Aeon. I'm now going to show you why that is shit. I was actually supposed to target Sin with that, but I fucked up. This is the energy blast move that we learned earlier. Like I said, that attack was meant for the fin at the back, though. Kind of cocked it up.
When's this going to end? The fin!
I should also point out that when you use the limit break, it does put a massive gap before you can actually use to make another move. Like it's just done. Okay, so let's try that again, shall we? Preferably attacking the right target this time. Phew, one hit it. Okay, so that's the end of that part. Our next fight will be with just Tidus and Wokka. So our next fight is against a squid called the Sin Swan. He has 2 attacks. One is his torpedo attack, while the other is his blender move. Now his blender move can be quite deadly, so you need to watch out for that. So I suggest that when you get round to Waka, you use his dark attack to blind him. This will stop his blender attack from doing any damage, along with his drain attack and any other attacks he might use. In a sense, you're pretty much neutralising him. The only downside is Waka only has 5 MP, so you can only use it once. Unless of course you've got an ether to restore his MP with. So when you do a sphere grid, I would strongly suggest that you get some of his MP sorted. Although to be fair, at the beginning there's only one path you can really follow. So here's the blender ability I was telling you about. Shouldn't be able to do it. Oh no. Take it back, it could still damage me. That's interesting. Oh, well, of course. The blind has worn off, so it's to be expected. We'll just use a ether to bring back Waka's MP, so that we can then use the blind ability again. So once again neutralising all his attacks. Try to heal Waka up as well. I do apologise guys, I did make a slight mistake. When I said I only had 5 MP, Waka's maximum MP at this stage in the game is actually 10, it's just I forgot I used some earlier. So yeah, apologies for that little mistake. This time it shouldn't do any damage because he's blinded. Oh no, apparently you can still get you with that move while blinded. Fair enough. So this boss shouldn't have too much HP. There we go, boss defeated. And it's on to the next cutscene. Also, as you go through the game, you'll get different equipment with different abilities on. Most of the abilities are self-explanatory, but any of them that aren't, I'll try my best to sort of explain what they do.
When Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira. I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
Okay, so we are now at Kilika. Once you leave the boat, there is a save crystal just to the left.
Greetings. I am the summoner Yuna. I have come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, milady summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
Thanks be to you.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
We'll go see what we can do to help in town.
Huh?
Okay, well, given the time, it's actually getting quite late, and I have got work tomorrow, so I am going to have to call it a night. But so far, the guide's not been too bad. There's been a few little hiccups along the way, but hopefully there won't be any more. I aim to carry this guide on tomorrow when I get back from work. It won't be straight away though, because I will need time to sort of just catch my breath and have a bite to eat and whatnot. But I look forward to doing the next bit of the guide. Like I say, in the meantime, I wish you all a pleasant evening or morning, depending on where you're watching from. And like I said at the very beginning of the guide, any feedback and tips you can, any of you can provide would be greatly appreciated, since this guide is or will be a test run to see whether I'm any good at it or not. And I'm always looking to improve my performances, so with that all said and done, I bid you all good night. I'm ydda123. I'll see you guys all soon. Ta-ta for now. I aim to carry this guide on tomorrow when I get back from work. It won't be straight away though, because I will need time to sort of just catch my breath and have a bite to eat and whatnot. But I look forward to doing the next bit of the guide. So in the meantime, I wish you all a pleasant evening or morning, depending on where you're watching from. And like I said at the very beginning of the guide, any feedback and tips you can, any of you can provide would be greatly appreciated, since this guide is or will be a test run to see whether I'm any good at it or not. And I'm always looking to improve my performances, so with that all said and done, I bid you all good night. I'm ydda123. I'll see you guys all soon. Ta-ta for now.